All right, it's time to put a lid on the 2017 Liberty men's and women's cross-country seasons. For more on that, we catch up now with the head coach, Towles. And, Coach, you had an opportunity to host the championships here at Liberty for the first time in nearly 10 years. Solid finishes from both the men's and women's teams. Obviously didn't get those titles, but overall, when you look back at the season and have a chance to reflect, what are your thoughts?
Well, that was certainly an exciting thing to get a course developed here finally, and one that we think might stay. The last time we hosted, there was heavy equipment sitting there waiting to take the course to build things while we were running. So a week later, the course was gone. But this time we have a course that we can train on for many years, we believe, and everybody received it well. It was challenging, but that's how cross country is meant to be. So I think it was. Generally, I didn't hear any negative comments at all. They said the course was tough, but distance runners generally like tough. So that was all good. The result, we should have been second on the women. That was definitely disappointing. And on the men's side, we came very close to knocking off Campbell, who ended up almost making it to nationals. So it was a good run there, but. One or two things a little bit different. We could have won that too. So, as the Bible says, a horse is made ready for a day of battle, but victory comes from the Lord. That day wasn't our day for victory, I guess, but it should spur us on as we look ahead to the future.
Yeah, the future's certainly bright. Campbell, a very good team, as you mentioned. They finished ranked, I believe. When you look at Azariah Kurwa, he wraps up the season 25th in the Division I championships. His season overall, what was the key to his success?
Well, I think Azariah learned a lot about himself and training this year. Coach Sykes has been doing a great job of educating him, and he's beginning to understand the importance of recovery and how to prepare himself, how to race. At the national championship, he did make some mistakes. He went out a little too slow. If there wasn't such a crowded field, it would have been fine. But at the 2K, he was in 87th place, which was really too far back because it's so crowded, it's hard to work your way up. By 4K, which is 40% of the race, he was up to 18th. And then by 8K, he had moved all the way up to 11th. But then when the kicking started, he was working so hard to get up there that he ended up fading back to 25th. But top 40 are All-American. That was his first All-American honor, and with 3 semesters left, 2 more of track and 1 more of cross country, the future for him certainly looks bright, and we're excited about what God might have for him in the coming 3 semesters.
Yeah, certainly. So 25th, that's well within those All-American that All-American range there. Look at the Lady Flames, Cami Kurtz, Noelle Palmer, I believe it was, had solid seasons as well. You just kind of speak to their success.
Yeah, well, Noelle Palmer started out the season running front on our team. She's a freshman and shows good promise, and then she started to develop some anemia, so she was starting to struggle, and we had her blood checked and her iron levels were really low, and that kind of contributed to her not finishing the season strong. But the future again is bright because getting that under control now. A lot of times Azariah had the same problem a couple years ago, and he was running quite poorly for him. And after he got that under control, he really developed. So we're hoping for the same kind of thing from Noelle. Cami was pretty solid all season, and she ran a lot further up on our team than we wanted her to running at that level, but she's a upperclassman and beginning to understand herself pretty well. And so we look to her for leadership. She's doing a good job.
Overall, do you feel like that you've got the youth and the talent here to go ahead and make a run at the titles again next year?
Yeah, Campbell continues to be good because they're returning their top 4 guys who finished in the top 5 in the conference, and all 4 of them finished at regionals. So he's highly motivated, Coach Kelly highly motivated to get 1 more guy, then they can be a top 5 team at nationals. So he's certainly looking to do that. So they'll continue to be really tough. But I think we're focused on getting better. And we lose a couple of guys out of our top 7, but we also have, for example, Felix, who broke his leg this year. He'll be back and be a true freshman. And so we feel like we could be better next year than we were this year on the men's side. On the women's side, we should be way better than we were last year. We've signed a number of recruits that have run under 18 minutes for 5K. So and we should get Anna Ben White back. She redshirted this year. And so I think that our women should make a really significant step. I hope we'll be a top 10 team at regionals next year already.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck going forward.
Thank you.
It's the head coach of the Liberty men's and women's cross country programs, Brant Towles, here on LibertyFlames.com.